Hi, this is me again, Pratibha and Mcmullen. And the last time I talked to you, I was homeless on the streets and I slept in the park overnight for 3 days and just survived on water and no food. And then I had a shooting pain in my chest and it went into my mouth and I thought I had a heart attack. And I told someone to call 911 and the ambulance came and I went to the hospital and they did some tests and they said I was okay and after that, like, I thought I was going to be admitted at St. Joe's Hospital in Toronto, but I wasn't admitted. And one psychiatrist said, "Oh, I'll admit you and they'll help you out with housing," and it didn't happen. And then the next morning, what happened was the psychiatrist saw me and she said, "I'm discharging you," and then I had to go to a shelter near Lakeshore Boulevard and Bathurst. And I went to that shelter and they didn't take my safety into consideration because the man who flashed his penis at me was eating pizza in the shelter. And I said, "Look, you better look for another shelter for me. I can't believe that this is what happened," because I did report it to the police about this man. And then they sent me to Salvation Army Evangeline shelter, and it's a nice shelter, and I'm here now, and I'm still looking for a place to live, and I'm in a shelter. And other than that, everything else is fine. And it's Saturday, July the 6th, 2019, and it's nighttime right now. And I'm in the junction where the shelter is at Salvation Army Evangeline Residence, and I'm just chilling out. I am okay. And my next step is to get my own apartment and save some money while I'm at the shelter and to get out of the shelter. I've only been at the shelter now for 2 weeks or a bit less than 2 weeks, and that's about it. I'm okay, don't worry. And the fucked up thing about St. Joe's is they put something into my blood with a needle, and I talked to my family doctor about it, and he's like, "Oh, that's just saline. It opens up your veins in case you need medication." And when I was at St. Joe's Hospital, because I made a trip to see my doctor, and I don't really like him that much at all, and he's just a walk-in doctor, and he's really bad. I don't like him. And the hospitals won't admit me because I haven't been in a psychiatric ward since 2010. And I'm doing really well on my medication, since you guys know who watch my videos that I suffer from mental illness, depression, because I think about my mom who gave birth to me, and she died after she gave birth to me. And then my dad gave me away to Salvation Army Hospital in Punjab in India, and Dhariwal. And I know that I talked to John and my parents came to see me at the shelter and took me out for fast food, and that was really kind of them, since they're old and they're in their 80s. And I know, whatever has happened to me in my life, I'm just so grateful. But the best time I had was sleeping at Earl's Court Park, and I slept for 2 days in the park, and I really enjoyed that, staying outside, and everything was okay. And that's about it. And I'm still surviving, and I'll just show you a shot of me even though it's dark. Hi, this is me, and I'm just like totally chilling out. Excuse me, I just burped, and that's about it. And I hope everything else with all of you guys, I wish you all the best, because you're all so special. And there are bad people in the world too, who are like vultures, who'll take you for everything that you got, and don't let them do that. And hopefully, I'll get my apartment, subsidized apartment with the access point. I've been waiting for my apartment for over 9 years now, and it'll be subsidized, or I might just look for a furnished room to rent somewhere in the city of Toronto. And I like Toronto a lot. And I also think that maybe I should go back to Aurelia, but I don't really want to do that because you need a vehicle. And when I was there, I had a good time when it was just me and John living in our apartment, in our duplex, a 2-bedroom duplex. And after that, what happened was that his brother came into the scene, and he went through my purse, and he tampered with my meds, and I called the cops on them like 6-7 times. And then I escaped really all by myself by coming on the bus, on the Ontario Northland bus, on May 30th. And then after that, you know, everything that happened, where I basically stayed at a shelter, and then after that, the hospital, and then in the park, and then back to the shelter, and then to another shelter. And what else can I say, right? At least I'm surviving, and I don't think it's bad that I'm living in a shelter. I'm grateful for the food that I get, and a clean bed to sit on, to sleep on, and have a shower, and things like that. I'm enjoying the hot weather in Toronto. It's really nice. Thank you.